What did he say?
You can't use that word.
No, the chef in America looks Italian. You would say that they're all.
So you're dissing Italian?
No, I'm saying the chef.
Oh, Fergus.
Social profiling.
Upset. Do you have anything like right on the bar?
If I click this into
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't hang around tonight. Or are you going to hang around tonight? Maybe one of those things.
Yeah, but
No, I can't. That's the last one.
Oh my god, I'm not writing this.
Yeah, I'm coming tomorrow morning. Past 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So guys, you want some extra help? 8 o'clock Friday morning's running classes again. So if you haven't booked in any 2 sessions and things like that, we'll be here at 8 o'clock every Friday morning.
It'll be like 8.
Okay, so if you get in, fantastic. To get extra help, bits and pieces like that, make that one of your sessions.
Hey, so is it okay if you get there like 10 minutes late?
That's fine.
Okay.
Hey Fergus,
I can only get here in a second.
I'll be there. I'm gonna be there. I'll be there.
Oh, your son's coming out for golf tonight.
It's not windy. Does it matter when it's windy?
Okay, so here's a response on the evaluate. So this is pretty much the same question. Okay, but rather than have lots of information, this is fairly specific in terms of how to address that question. So it says the Flora and Fauna Guarantee Amendment Act is a modern and strengthened framework designed to protect and conserve Victoria's biodiversity. It's a key piece of legislation used to identify, assess and categorise endangered species using the Common Assessment Method. The FFGAA identifies threatened species or habitats and adds them to the threatened list. From there, a thorough investigation takes place to identify any potentially threatening processes that could potentially impact the threatened species or habitat listed. Once the investigation is completed, DELWP creates an action statement outlining the recommended conservation strategies required to be undertaken to preserve and protect the threatened species. Then it goes into, this is the main part that we've just been working through, thanks Ashton, in terms of the positives and negatives or advantages, disadvantages. On the Mornington Peninsula, the critically endangered river plover has been identified by the camp. Guys, I need you to pay attention. One thing I'm noticing issues, we're giving all these responses and then people just give me work and say, can you read this? Like, well, this is there for you. This is one of the responses and one of the students that got a 40 plus last year. Okay, so, you know, like I can open so many doors for you, but I can't make you walk through those doors. So by giving you this information, it's a free look at a structure response to a 40 plus response, potentially. Okay, so this is great for your self-study before the exam, but also how to structure something where I'm saying advantages, disadvantages. Because usually I show an exemplar, it's like, okay, so I can see that structure. I'll copy and paste this response and sit in the Google Classroom for you. So it's been identified by the Common Assessment Method and has an action statement which aims to preserve the shorebird. The hooded plover nests in the sand dunes along coastal beaches on the Mornington Peninsula, such as Gunnedah or Second Reef, which is at Point Leo, which has been addressed in the action statement, stating that fragile areas to be fenced off to the public to protect the shorebirds' nesting sites. Additionally, people are prohibited from walking their dogs to certain beaches at Gunnedah to protect the plovers, penalties in place to deter people from breaking the rules. However, the action statement for the hooded plover was established in 1992 and amended in 2003, which still remains today. Therefore, certain conservation strategies may be outdated and put the hooded plover at risk. For example, many people continue to ignore dog walking restrictions as no one is enforcing the law on the beaches. And it just goes into overall, whether it's effective or ineffective. Okay, so that is a long response, but it's not as long as that one that's in the PowerPoint. The one in the PowerPoint is fantastic, but this person's gone through and tried to pick and choose things in the response. This is Lawson's response from last year. Okay, so Lawson was someone real quiet achiever, just sat down and just
Quiet.
smash work out and work into feedback on a regular basis. Okay, so again, another 40 plus, as an example sitting there for you. I'll copy and paste this into the classroom. I'm not going to go through anything else today, but what I want you to start to go through is this exam question. Okay, so origins of the actual convention, one aim of the actual convention, explain the role that it plays in protecting at-free environments. So what can we do for the first question? What do you think we need to include?
Key piece of legislation.
Yep, absolutely right. Identifying
Nice
what
work.
it is.
Nice.
Yep.
Thanks, Lewis.
Oh my god, my back.
Right.
It's got the beginning of the hour. We're doing some exercising.
We need.
I was.
That'll help.
Good job.
You feel a lot better.
You're so muscly. Oh, I saw you be real last night. Did you see that comment?
So try and at least get the first question done.
Is he getting old yet?
Is the
Okay.
challenge, you got 10
Okay.
minutes, so you should have heaps of time to do that.
Joke. That I make every time.
Oh.
If you're stuck, speak to the person next to you, say, hey, what are we doing again? What am I addressing? Actually, let's go again. What are we addressing for that first question? What are we going to put in there? Yeah, pretty much this first paragraph, so I'll copy and paste this right now into Google Classroom. Actually, Colin's start is pretty good. So that's probably, I'll copy that in as an example now.
Wait, is the Flora Guarantee Act different to the Flora Guarantee Amendment Act?
No.
Classroom.
Oh, this one says 1998.
Oh, no, because they provided modern framework to it.
This is a new version.
It's the same
A
thing. but in-
modernized and strengthened framework.
Yeah.
What the fuck is talking about?
What do you mean? America.
What was that?
Wait, so on SAC, is there going to be both Ramsar and
Something about
Fauna
Mars.
Flora, or is it just
What
one?
he's saying last yesterday.
Well,
Yeah.
that's VCAR though, you
What's
get
wrong?
to choose one.
Me and
Usually.
Although they might have a question on one and not the other. Sometimes there's a question on neither
Okay.
on the exam, so because they can't put everything on the end of your
Are they
exam.
good?
Yeah.
So sometimes yes it wins, sometimes they say they go, yes, this is awesome. So you just don't know what they're gonna
I think he's got a few good songs.
cut out.
I don't like
Little Johnny's Tunes. Yeah, I like this Spag Union.
Oh.
What's I remember that from ages ago.
Yeah, what was it from?
Don't remember, kid. We did it in maths. Me, you, and Teach.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Tim.
And Tim.
I remember Terry tradition.
I don't.
No, that. Me and Tim were the
Yeah, I didn't see
sweatiest.
it. But it was
What's he doing now?
He's a chicken.
Hello?
Yeah.
I know.
Did you just go really hard at it? You got 6 minutes?
10.
Yeah. Covered a lot.
Okay.
So what you're going to do with this?
No, I'm just going to do ice.
I love my life.
Yeah, do you want to get into the Colorado car park? Give us my kills flowers.
Okay, so that document, if you need to have a look at it, is sitting in Google Doc responses under FFGAA 2019. So I've got a sentence starter which is pretty good that describes it, which is for A, written by Cohen, and I've also put Lawson's full response in there too, I just went through, as an example of, as an evaluate. Okay, there's a fair chance that VCAR will give you, they don't always, this is the VCAR question you can see, so if it says explain, that's a win. But they can ask you to do this. Hence why we're teaching that we need to learn about the positives, the negatives, and then provide an overall summary as an evaluator. Because that's what VCAR is saying. You have to be able to do your key skill. We know the knowledge. We're probably going to throw a question at you that says evaluate. So we do knowledge, write a response. That's an evaluation. Just describe what it is. Go through the advantages of it. Go through the disadvantages of it. And provide an overall summary. That's your evaluation. Read Colin's response. We'll cut it up on the board.
Is it? Oh.
So key piece of legislation. It's not,
You don't want
I know the answer. Oh, it's a guide to get stuff.
With
I
this,
feel like I'm on the same lines.
You are on the same one. Because there's only, like, that's the general answer for the aims of it. What's it aiming to do? Did you just say that?
Yeah,
It aims to do what?
but that doesn't seem like it's enough.
Go to school.
Safeguard and protect Victorian species and the Victorian biodiversity.
oh, right. Yo, you know why this one says 1988 instead of 2019? Because this is in 2019, probably before they amended it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but they did it in 2003 as well. They amended it in 2000.
That's this one. Or the one before this one.
You made
That's
it's
it.
one of the didn't it get amended?
One of the things is outdated, isn't it?
I think that was the list. I think that was the list of threats because climate change wasn't on there.
Why don't you
Oh yeah, that's actually saying.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
this was amended in 2009.
I think that's just when it got. That was when it was formed.
Yeah, and then it's not called the Amendment Act because it hadn't been amended yet.
Yeah, that was the
Right.
original.
So we would get amendment.
That's what I say too.
On an exam.
Yeah.
So you put that in there too.
Amendment Act.
Right.
2005.
Yeah.
2005.
Do you even like Roy?
I'm still just doing how.
2019.
Say it.
Maybe.
No one likes him. No.
I like him,
I
but
was talking to Harry and Snags. No, Harry doesn't like him. Eden doesn't like him. I think Snags likes him.
I don't dislike him.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Roy.
Roy's alright.
Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Roy?
I'd say a 6.
Like a 5. Nah, that's too low. It's like a 6.5.
I like Roy a lot, but I know a lot of people don't like him.
No, it's probably a 7. It depends on the day though.
Roy.
He fluctuates.
Yeah, he does fluctuate. I hated him today, to be honest. He was a bit better. He's improving as a person, to be honest.
Like when he's good, he's a 10. When he's
I think what you've written is better than that.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. I'm just consumed by the shower.
It's rubbish. Because yours just basically 3 things. Key piece of legislation.
I love for Roy, but
What I need
when he's like a shit, he just says no to everything. He's like, come on, Roy. Who doesn't like him?
Lowy. Harry and Eden.
So guys, Mel's
Someone
about
else
to
as
go
well.
in a minute. Again, keep chipping away through that. If you are in tomorrow morning, we'll see you at 8 o'clock. And we'll go through
Shit.
a little bit more of the FFPA or public or private land management. So come in with a bit of a plan about what
We're going baby use is done. And then we're going safety picture Saturday.
You were getting into it.
Huh?
Is it just the same three?
Nah, well, it was me, Ben Forsyth, Roy, and Bryce last time. Now it's me, Bryce, and Will. TS. Yeah.
You really love your golf, don't you?
It's actually fun. Like, I rated it.
Yeah.
I might not like it after tonight. Depends how I go. If I go really bad, I'll probably
Love-hate
never play it again.
relationship?
Yeah. I missed a really easy putt with like absolutely. If you come in
Do you have
early
your own
tomorrow.
stuff? You just
I just hire it. I might get my own stuff a bit. It's expensive as much. Like,
Yeah, but they have like warehouses where you can just get
Say goodbye,
They've
Will.
got different boxes.
yeah.
Bye,
You just go, oh, this
guys.
one and that from that one.
This is the outro.
Yeah.
Say goodbye.
Bye guys, our tour is done.
Yeah, it's over. We're going home.